helpful. I should name that split few. Nah, it's not. It's really not a hard trick. It's just it's annoying when you actually mess it up. Yeah, like the thing that makes it okay is that it's 5 minutes into the run. Like if that shit was like at the end of Island 1, it'd be so fucking annoying. What do I think of his Mr. T voice? I'm really glad they didn't bring that back because it was stupid. Toys for Vicarious Bob's Vision. Yo, Kara. Hopefully Crash 4 is as buggy as Spyro Trilogy. Only if it's a good buggy. Like, if it's broken in a way that doesn't impact the casual play, but has a great impact on the speedrun, then sure, I'm about it. Do I agree it would be better if the turtle match just reset its timer if I hit a mass form instead of mass form? I feel like in a lot of cases it wouldn't actually matter, but there are some spots where I wish it did. Did I play Skylanders Imaginators for the Crash content? No, I almost did, and then decided not to. Easy clap. Aku looks like shit in Titans. That he does. It's like, it's not a horrible design, but it's definitely not a good one. It doesn't look anything like him, aside from like couple things. I'm trying to remember what 7 gems get cut. I don't want to like go for a gem and then realize that I didn't need it. Rolling Stones and Native Fortress are 2 of them. Road to Nowhere is one of them. Crashback sucks. Yes, it does. It's an awful game. That's 3 of them. I know Whole Hog is done. I don't remember if Boulder Dash is done. I think it is. No, it's not. No, Boulder Dash is done. There's only 4 backtrack. There's only 3 backtracks, rather. It's just... No, it's 4 backtracks. So you backtrack Lights Out, Whole Hog, Upstream, and Jungle Rollers. So every other backtrack is gone. So there's no Rolling Stones, no Native Fortress, no Road to Nowhere, no Boulder Dash. No Stormy, no Castle Machinery, and no Fumbling. I think is it. And that was 7, right? Rolling Stones, Native Fortress, Road to Nowhere, Boulder Dash. Yeah, that's 4. Fumbling in the Dark, Castle Machinery, Stone Point. Yeah, that's 7. Okay. And there's 27 gems, and you only need 20 of them. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. But you still got Jaws of Darkness. I guess that means you don't have to get a key in Jaws of Darkness. You can just leave without it. You're perfect. Holy shit. Never disrespect the Legend of Spyro in front of Nukester. That's what I've learned. Elemental Mass sucks balls in Wrath of Cortex. I think it was a good idea. It just wasn't executed properly. Legend of Spyro is your twin sanity. But it's like... I think the better, like, there's actually people who legitimately really like Legend of Spyro, so I feel like the better comparison is Legend of Spyro is to you as like Crash 3 NST is to me. Where no matter how many people tell me how terrible it is, I will always defend it. But like, if I say Crash to Insanity is good, at least like 50% of the people I say that to are really, yeah! If I tell somebody Crash 3 NST is good and they don't run the game themselves, they're gonna be like, you're fucking high. And I'm like, no, you. Okay. Those PS2 Spirals were unplayable for. I don't know, Rare Wumpa. Enter the Dragonfly was so good, I beat it twice in 10 minutes. I should fucking do an Enter the Dragonfly run. Killed him. Collecting dragonflies. My favorite part of Enter the Dragonfly is just the song in the opening cutscene, where it's just like, and then you just hear Hunter go, wah. That's my favorite part of Enter the Dragonfly. That should be my reset noise whenever I go back to Spiral 1. It's just Hunter making that sound effect. Just got a 222, 105. Nice, Cam. More reason for me to not play it. Also, Matthew, I don't mean to be rude, but I feel like every single thing you have said for the past 10 minutes is just like shitting on something related to Crash. Like, regardless of whether or not it's good or bad, it's like the past like 10 things you said have all been negative. Like, are you gonna say anything else? 215 pace until late World 4. That's how it goes, dude. I don't know how the fuck you guys do that. Probably have to jump more. I got a 124 in all gems before this game, which was like 45-second PB or something. It's kind of nice. It was also the first attempt, so truly a gamer moment. I love losing my mask before this. Mile pill shit hitbox XD, what a video game. All got him. The fucking NST sucks. I played it once starter pack. Is the two phrases are lol the jet ski and pill shaped hitboxes. Whenever somebody tries to use either of those arguments against me, I know for a fact they didn't actually play NST for any extended amount of time. I'm glad they're back to where they started Rare Rumpa, because that's like what people always liked in the first place. Don't fix what isn't broken. You played NST once your deduction, so you're bad at Crash. Oh, I'm glad you acknowledged that, Ethan. I love my PB dog shit. Aside from the fact that I did like one run of this. Oh, the high road's actually like bad. Like, I'm not gonna defend the high road. But the high road being bad is not a result of pill-shaped hitboxes. It's a result of bouncing being trash. If you ever die by slipping off an edge because of the pill-shaped hitboxes, it's because you were being so unbelievably precise. The problem is that in the high road, if you do it normally, you have to be so unbelievably precise. But that's not because of the pill-shaped hitbox. It's because bouncing sucks. It's the same thing with fucking Piston It Away. Piston It Away's death route doesn't suck because pill-shaped hitboxes. It's because bouncing is awful. I think those turtles and edges are a bit too easy to fall off. It's not, it wouldn't be a problem if you actually had any amount of distance from bouncing. So again, it's not a problem with pill-shaped hitboxes. It's a problem that the bouncing is so bad that it's forcing you to be incredibly precise. And literally all they had to do was fix the bouncing momentum, and like a lot of the problems people had with quote-unquote pill-shaped hitboxes would be fixed. Because then things wouldn't have to be so incredibly precise. And even then, like, it's only like a handful of spots where it's actually relevant. Oh, wait, up the creek. Fuck. Not only that, Nukester, it's not like every single game in the history of mankind besides NST has square-shaped hitboxes or anything. It's not like rounded hitboxes are an abnormal thing in video games. Like, it's kind of just a thing in a lot of places, but because the original Crash had square-shaped hitboxes, because lo and behold, it's a game from the 1990s. And then because the remake has rounded hitboxes, suddenly it's bad. Like, no, be better. The thing is, like, every time, like, a lot of the complaints I hear about NST, like, really the best advice I can give you is be better. But I can't use that in an argument because it's a stupid argument. Interesting choice for Peru. I'm not even gonna bother figuring this out properly. I don't even know why it was like that. Ripperoo? Like, really? I've never heard this part of the song. Why is this boss so ass? It's not, I'm just bad at it. Good thing I know this strat. Which Crash do I like the most? Twin Sanity. Nitro Fuel had a few janky hitboxes. They fixed those though. And that was like an actual big issue in Nitro Fuel that they fixed. I mean, I usually like just say like, oh, this is stuff that like, yeah, it's different and you have to get used to it, but it's not bad. And that's basically my implication of telling people to be better. Oh, the other thing that bugs me is totally subtweeting someone here, quote unquote. When they start nitpicking like every minor detail that might have been like glanced over, like, oh, this box in in Toad Village is supposed to be a bounce crate, but in NST, it's a regular crate, or like, Oh, there's a 3 crate that's missing in the G-Wiz time trial. Fucking garbage game. Like, such a huge lack of deal. Are you fucking kidding me? Does that really ruin the experience for you? I mean, I kind of mentally tuned out by that point they're at. Yeah, no, Crash is completely silent in Twinsanity. I don't even think it's that. I just think it's that they have such an obscene love for the original Crash 3, which is not inherently bad. Like, it's not that. It's just that they pay so much attention to every single detail. And when something is, like, slightly off, they see it as a slight and, like, an insult to the game. And I'm just like, can you, like, fucking relax? Like, not everything has to be exactly the same. It's like if you want to criticize legitimate things to criticize, like, I can understand criticism of the way the jet ski handles. Or, like, how anything controls. Like, if it bothers you like that, I'm like, I can get behind that. If you're gonna, like, start nitpicking, like, every single minor detail and treat it as if, like, oh, they just didn't care, I'm just like, fuck off. Stop being an idiot. NSS shouldn't have been removed. I'm actually glad it was, because it let the Insane Trilogy be its own speedrun. So actually, I'm very glad they removed it. Also, thank you for the sub, Matthew. I don't know why the latest sub thing isn't updating, but it should soon. What it shouldn't have... Oh, well, I don't think they knew it was a thing. Like, that was probably, like, an oversight in, like, the programming. And then, like, Crash 3 and Crash 2 run on, like, slightly different versions of the engine. Which you can tell because Crash 3's physics are fucking whack compared to Crash 2's. You don't like Crash and Skylanders, imagine... We know. Hopefully Glitch High Jump will be in 4. It would be neat if it was. I would not be torn up if it wasn't. This is a pretty cool level. It annoys me because I messed it up a lot, but I do like this level. You don't get why the glitch is still in NSC. What glitch? Oh, the glitch. Because VV willingly put it back in. Like, they chose to put it back in. Which was, like, kind of cool. I like that they did that. Because it really benefits, like, a lot of the tricks in, like, these games, like the original trilogy. And it's, like, it's a rather minor one, so... That one I was okay with it coming back, because it let us do things that otherwise would have been, like, annoying. Whee! No, I couldn't get that in all gems, though, could I? This level has 67 crates normally? Jesus, fuck. The only reason we still call it the glitch high jump is because that's what it's called in OG, but it's, like, not actually a glitch in NSC. NSC gave us a properly functioning Crash 3, for the most part. NSC 3 is still buggy in a lot of spots. Still breaks stuff in NST though. I mean, it's literally, I mean, oh, you mean like literally breaks the game. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It also doesn't break them to nearly the same degree. Like, there's some stuff that's still, like, just as, like, Dingo Dial is just as broken. I don't know why I'm grabbing the tokens. I don't even get the gem in this category. Like the most prominent things that Glitch High Jump broke in OG, like, mostly for one, are in Crash 2. Glitch High Jump really isn't that broken in Crash 3 outside of, like, Dingo Dial. But, like, the most prominent uses of Glitch High in Crash 2 that aren't just, like, making certain gaps easier to cross, which is, like, not a bad thing. But, like, the Snow Go Red Gem, that's not possible in NST. And then the Road to Ruin jumps, they are still possible, but they're harder. And that's despite the fact that they actually buffed the Glitch High Jump. So I don't really think it's a problem that they put it back in. Okay, like, actually, Matthew, are you gonna say anything that's not just shitting on something from later Crash? Like, I'm sorry, it's starting to get annoying because it's, like, the only thing you're doing. Like, yeah, a lot of later Crash sucks, but, like, you haven't said anything else. Like, I'm all for criticizing the lower points of Crash, but I'm not gonna make it, like, my entire thing. Like, please, like, move on to a different conversation. What's up, redneck? You always use it to get over the pistons. The funny thing is that it doesn't even, like, surefire get you over them in NST. So, like, it's funny, the Glitch High Jump is, like, in terms of height, it's buffed, but in terms of distance, I feel like it was nerfed. What the fuck is that insect outside my door? Or my window? We all love Harry Potter here. Yeah, just not the person who wrote it. Have I played every Crash game? Aside from, like, Nitro Kart and the GBA, yes. What's up with her? She's a transphobic TERF, which is kind of like, super, like, it's kind of like part of being a TERF is being transphobic, so I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna go into too much detail. Like, you can learn all that yourself, but that's what's wrong with her. agree, Redneck. It's very cringe. And like, I'm all for like enjoying a work of entertainment, even if the person who wrote it isn't necessarily the greatest person. Like, I still like old Fairly Odd Parents and like Danny Phantom, even though Butch Hartman is also a piece of shit. But like, man, J.K. Rowling makes it really hard to be a Harry Potter fan. Hello. Out of the trilogy Crash, which is my favorite? Depends on if it's the original trilogy or the remake trilogy. Out of the original trilogy, my favorite is Crash 2. Although Crash 1's a fairly close second. Out of the original trilogy, I would say speedrun-wise, my favorite is Crash 3, and casual-wise, it's probably this one. Out of the remake trilogy, I don't know if I might have said original, but I'll say it again. So basically, original trilogy, it's Crash 2. For a remake, in terms of casual, it's Crash 1. In terms of speedrunning, it's Crash 3. That was a good cycle. What? I feel like they only improved Crash 1. I feel like they very much improved Crash 3, but apparently I die on that hill alone with Cam. It's our hill. Crash 1 was a straight upgrade in terms of casual play. Crash 2 was like roughly the same to a downgrade. Like, remake of Crash 2 isn't bad, but like I think it's just a testament to how good the original Crash 2 is from a casual perspective. Like, the original Crash 2 I feel is just like the most well-rounded and solid of the original trilogy. Like, there's certain things that 1 and 3 excel at more than it, but like 2 just kind of like hits all the notes well. And some of the notes are like absolutely fantastic. I wonder how hard 4 will be to complete with some in the same but I really don't think a lot of them were that bad. How did I lose this one? Oh, I died. Yeah, I forgot I died. Fun times. I should probably make sure these windows are closed. Man, if my windows are closed, that was one loud ass bug. Aren't you able to get the gold relic without hitting any time crates in Windows Vista? Yes, you can get the gold relic in Sunset Vista without touching a single time crate. Crash 2 Plus were the hardest few. They were the easiest for me. Granted, I didn't try with most of Crash 3's Plus, but that's because I did the original ones, and that was enough for me. I should try all Plus at some point. I mean, all you have to do is, like... The thing you have to remember is that the fastest form of movement is not just the running shoes. If you slide jump with the running shoes, you save a lot of time. And that's not, like, a being better thing. It's just, like, knowing that that's faster by a noticeable amount. Like, I feel like that's a misconception a lot of people have when they aren't aware of the speed tech, is that the running shoes are, like, the only way to go fast. They're not even the fastest form of movement in, like, anything. Stormy, I sent the lab. The lab legitimately gave me trouble. Stormy, I don't think is that bad. First game you ever played was Crash 3 on PS1. First game I ever owned was Crash 2 on PS1, but the first game I ever played was Super Mario 64. Yo, I have 108 subscribers. Let's fucking go. Crash 1 was the first game I 100%ed, which raises some eyebrows whenever I tell people that. I honestly feel like 100%ing this game. While this game, like, baseline is harder than Crash 2, I feel like 100%ing this game is a lot more straightforward than it is in Crash 2. Crash 2, you gotta do some wonky shit. Like, Crash 2 is not as, like, straightforward in terms of 100%ing as this level is. Crash 3 for you, fell in love with the Crash franchise. Yeah, a lot of people's like first one was Crash 3, which is probably why like there's so much nostalgia for it. But like when I go back to it, I find a lot of like things I think are very flawed with the original Crash 3. Oh no, the lab is like definitely a really rough plat. Like you can't wait at all, really. Fuck this bonus, by the way. I don't know if it's the best boss music, but it's pretty good. I'm playing on PC or PS4. I'm playing on PC. PC is the fastest version for speedruns because it runs at 60 FPS. And for some reason in this game, higher frame rate makes Crash move like very slightly faster. Oh, you said best bonus. I thought I read that was best boss music. I don't know. Actually, my favorite bonus music isn't even in. Are we talking bonus round or like death routes also? I love when this goes well. Well, my favorite song is fucking Rocket. My favorite bonus round music specifically is the Crash Dash bonus round music from the original Crash 2, because they fucking butchered the hell out of it in Crash 2. I was curious how speedrunners find those weird FPS plus. Well, in the case of this game, we bought the PC version, and we tried something, and we were like, wow, this is easier. And then like we played it more, and we're like, wow, it's faster. Like things that we were doing before were suddenly like a lot easier or a lot faster, and that's how we figured that out. As for like glitches, usually those are found either by accident or just by an idea that someone has, and then they work on it until they have like a breakthrough to figure it out. Crash game is my least favorite. Crash Boom Bang by a significant amount. Like, it's not even a contest. That game is awful. That was really scary. One thing I will say about this category, it's incredibly anticlimactic. Like, it goes from, like All Gems ends on, like, a gauntlet. Like, you have, like, Rolling Stones, Native Fortress, and then, like, Stormy Ascent. And then, like, that shit's scary at the end. And you have this, and, like, what are the last few levels in this run? Lights Out, Whole Hog, Upstream, Jungle Rollers, and then the Great Gate. It's a really, really anticlimactic ending. Which boss in Crash 1 is my most favorite? I really haven't really thought about it. Probably Brio. Yep. Yes, there is. If someone gets a billion channel points, they can redeem Crash Boom Bang Speedrun, and I will do it. think it's 100Ks. It's 1,100Ks, actually, Nixter. I just ran it through my... Yeah, that actually that used to be in all versions of the game, Sparkitty. Like, it used to be in the PS4 version, and then they patched it out when they did multi-platform release, but it's still in the PC version. It's so weird, like, PC's like a half-patched version of this game, where, like, it got some of the changes, but not all of them. Like, in the end of Spaced Out in Crash 2, like, there's a hole that that was, like, only in the Sane Trilogy that they fixed on, like, all the console versions, but the PC version, the hole is still there. And then, they patched out the Hot Cocoa Nitro clip in all of the console versions. But then on the PC version of this game, they literally half patched it. As in, if you are in the time trial, you can do it. But if you're not in the time trial, it doesn't work. Fuck this game. It's so weird. I don't know why they did that. I'm surprised they even fell off the rope. That didn't seem like a bad position at all. Oh my god.
Let's go!
Yeah, Crash Boom Bang is a horrible game. Legitimately terrible. I high-key really like this bonus. Like, this is one of my favorite bonuses in the game. Oh, that was scary. I was about to fall off. Have I seen the mobile game of Crash? Yeah, I've seen it. Whenever it becomes available, I might actually try it out. Like, it kind of looks like a Crash version of Subway Surfers, and I really like that game, so it might be fun. No, that's how I felt when I first played it, Maze. I was like, I've heard this game is terrible, but how bad is it? I played it for like 30 minutes on stream and proclaimed it my least favorite video game of all time. And nowadays, like a few years later, it's still probably in my like bottom 3 of like my top 3 least favorite games of all time. It's that fucking terrible. Like, if you had to choose between Sonic Shuffle and Crash Boom Bang, for the love of God, fucking pick Sonic Shuffle. Would I say Twalk is easy or hard? Like in the middle. Twalk's not an overly difficult game, but I wouldn't call it an easy one. Which design of Crash do I like best? Crash 4. Worst level for me? In Twalk? The worst level for me in TWAC, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, is motherfucking Coral Canyon. That is one of the worst levels to ever exist in a Crash game, and I wish it was just, like, eviscerated from, like, all copies of the Wrath of Cortex, because it is a horrible, horrible level. Alright, have a good night, Matthew. Alright, have a good night, Vinny. Good luck. Whew. Jesus fuck. You know what's really insulting? We get the red gem in this run, and we never use it. Well, aside from the Great Hall, obviously, but like, the two levels that need the red gem are Road to Nowhere and Native Fortress, and you don't revisit either of them. You also don't use the purple gem, but it's also literally only used in one level anyway, so, which is Boulder Dash, but I guess that's a little funny also. Why is the purple gem like the most neglected gem in like the, like, actually no, it's the light orange gem. Not counting the orange gem, which was only in this game, the purple gem I feel is like most consistently neglected across Crash games. Like, it's only used for one level in Crash 1, and then Crash 2 it's only used in like the multicolored gem path. Whoa, motherfucker! I mean, Crash 3 does use it for Tomb Time, but like that's the only game that actually uses the purple gem like more than once. Because it uses it in Bug Light also. Like, let's see, there's 6 colored gems in this game. Purple gem's only used once. Orange gem is only used once. How many times is the yellow gem used? Actually, no, the yellow gem is used twice. Yeah, the yellow gem is used for this level in the Great Gate. The blue gem is used for Cortex Power and Jaws of Darkness, and the red gem is used for the things I just said, Road to Nowhere and Native Fortress, that one. Yeah. And then the other one. What's the last gem? Green gem, that's used for Jungle Rollers and Castle Machinery. So yeah, it's Native Fortress inspired Cloud Worlds in Mario games that occurred before Crash 1. Can't believe Mario fucking ripped off Crash Bandicoot. Fucking dickwads. What do I think of the Aku Aku design in the newer games? Kind of wish they left them alone. If you mean Titans and Mind Over Mutant, yeah, because 99% of the designs in those games suck ass. I like how he looks in this game, because he looks like himself. That's not Aku Aku for that. That's a different mask. We haven't seen Aku Aku for Crash 4 yet, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's 4 new masks in Crash 4. So I remember how game-changing hob sliding was in Crash 3 when it was extremely game-changing. It was more impactful on Crash 2 because Crash 2 had no movement tech before that. But it changed both Crash 2 and 3 significantly. It was very big. Birthing game. I can make that. It still gave it to me. What? I swear to God, Cam did an all jumps run in a marathon once and it didn't give it to him, but maybe that's because it was PS4. PC Master Race, baby. Oh! I thought I was gonna spin it away. Fuck. Can you jump? I don't know if we'll get a demo Crash for Smash, but I'm definitely getting Crash 4. Holy shit, how is that? Like, I've never messed that up. Oh my god, dude. This is actually disappointing. How do you die doing that in Castle Machinery? Oh, it's sickening. It's like, yo, yeah, man. Totally. It wasn't like I was already at 90. I should learn fast Brio strats here. Well, not the super fast thing that Depth fucking does, but like the explosion skip, I guess, or the mixing skip. I mean, hob sliding was not a thing in the original Crash games. That's a completely new thing, Maze. Who's ready for the last actually stressful level in this run? Yeah, I moved it just because I didn't want to. I like where the latest follower, subscriber, donator thing is, so I didn't want to move that, but I still wanted the input display. And then like the little like Coco icon I had down there felt unnecessary because she's already in my split background, so. Like, it made more sense when I wasn't using a split background, but now that I am, it's a little neater. They're both Crash 4 Coco. Different skins, you're right. But it's still Crash 4 Coco. All Cocos were created equally. I really fucking did that, dude. I really... That's what I fucked up. Okay, yeah, sure. Why does this have to be faster than just fucking doing... Why can't I just do, like, Rolling Stones? Yeah, it's called Totally Tubular. I'm gonna be sick if that killed PB. I can't believe I made a mistake as stupid as that. Like, how did I fucking do that, dude? That wasn't even, like, a hard part of the level. I was a fucking idiot. I mean, I might as well finish the run. There's 4 levels after this, and they're all easy, so... That was a minute-long death, Mixer, at least. I absolutely will lose a lot of time for that. It can still PB, apparently. Apparently, but... This fucking bug, dude! Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Fuck it, I'll lose the time for getting the fucking relic. It's like 10 seconds. It might not even be 10 seconds. Oh, I know what it is, Isaac. It's been a hot minute since I heard a cicada. Did I do the same fucking thing in my... I don't know. Enter the level properly, thanks. Hey, Zag. Dude, I'd be so down for a Spartan kitty. I just want a cat. Fuck, dude. I really want a cat. No, we have them often, Isaac. I just haven't heard them this year. This is the first, like, super fucking loud one that I've heard all year. Please let me get 2 masks out of this. Yeah, they're seasonal. No die, please. Oh, yes, no die. How? I just wasn't paying attention. Fuck off, dude. Kind of mentally checked out after the lab. Stupid little guy, dude. Oh, you can fucking make that. Why is this where the time save was? What do they even do for 7 years? I don't know, but it sounds like the life of luxury. I'm actually really concerned that my window's not closed. But it's probably just the cicadas that fucking loud. Ooh, I thought of a better idea for a triple single in Crash, or for like Crash 1 Marathon. Have triple single, but like it's Crash 1 NST, and Crash 1 Prototype. Oh, that's awful, Isaac. That's ooh. Alright, if I don't die in the Great Hall, then it's still PBs. Seems like such a short time for the Great Hall, but it's like I'm comparing it to like OG's Great Hall, which is like a 45-second split, but you have to actually travel all the way to the Great Hall. So okay, yeah, you can make that. That one scares the piss out of me, dude. I hate that one.
And that's how it's done.
That run was awful. It was good until the lab. Prototype. Yeah, I think the prototype has to open it. How many gems do you skip in this category? 7. There's 27 runs and there's 27 gems in the game, and you only need 20 to get to the end of the Great Hall. So you cut out Rolling Stones, Native Fortress, Road to Nowhere, Boulder Dash, Fumbling in the Dark, Castle Machinery, and Stormy Ascent.